It's been a little while since we've seen you. You guys had a tough road trip. Come back, have this nice exhibition. As a coach, what do you see?
Well, the biggest thing is we came back from Christmas with a lot of energy. You know, we got beat soundly at Florida State, but we were competitive. The first half, it was a game. I know the announcers on ESPN made a comment that they had held every team's leading scorer to 9 points or fewer going into that game, and our two leading scorers went for 24 and 21. Nobody, except for UConn, had a lead on them in the second quarter, and we had a lead in the second quarter against them. So we gained a lot of confidence in that game, and learned a lot, I think, on how to compete because they're a Final Four caliber team, and you saw. I mean, they competed till the final horn. They're diving on the floor after loose balls, up 30, and we matched that down there. So even though we got beat soundly in that game, I was pleased with the effort. Different at Jacksonville. It's completely we didn't show up and give them a lot of credit because they did. But, was very pleased with how the team responded and came back against a great team like Florida State. And then we came back after the break and have had really good practices since we've been back. A lot of energy, a lot of positivity, and I think people are starting to get it. We've had a couple of players out for different reasons over the holiday break. Today was the first day we had all 15 players back in town together. So they've got that sense of family back, and they've really kind of stepped up in their teammates' absences and picked up the slack. So, was pleased with how we played today. 24 assists and 7 turnovers in a game where everybody played. And, you went up and down and scored over 100 points. That's pretty good execution. I thought we did a nice job. Defensively, our intensity dropped a lot. But that's the first game back after Christmas. That's one of the reasons we scheduled this game, because we had that game on the 22nd dropped. It's been such a long time since we've played, so we felt like this was important to get that out of the way before we play conference on Saturday. So pleased with how everything went.
What are your thoughts heading into the conference season?
Oh, I think it's going to be a wild ride. I think it's going to be very balanced. It's going to be very competitive every night, and I really believe looking at everybody, and I've watched everybody a little bit. We focus one day at a time, one game at a time, but I have watched games of everybody in the conference, and everybody's played well at times, and everybody's played poorly at times. And, I think it's going to be one of those deals. Morehead State's averaging over 85 points a game. They can flat fill it up. They have 7 players averaging double figures. I've never seen that in the OVC. So I don't know yet how we're going to deal with that. But it's going to be exciting. I hope our fans come out and really follow it, because I think it's going to be one of those deals where any given night anything can happen, and every coach says that. But on the women's side in the OVC, it's really true. And it may go, somebody may run the table like Martin did last year. Who knows? But there are going to be a lot of games won and lost that people are going to scratch their heads and wonder how that happened. How did somebody go to Jacksonville and get a win, or how did somebody beat Tennessee Tech at Tennessee Tech when it was an unexpected win? That's going to happen a lot this conference season. For us, we've really have to rebound the basketball and take care of the ball. The way we're shooting it from the perimeter right now, if we continue to do that, we'll be in pretty good shape, because last couple of games we're shooting it well, and we're shooting it well in practice. There's more continuity to the offense. The ball's moving a little more freely now. People are making the right pass at the right time, which is something that's happened over the last few games, not counting the Jacksonville game.
That brings me to my final question. Your backcourt is playing what I would say exceptional
Yeah.
basketball. How do you have that bleed into the rest of your game?
Well, one of the things our forwards are doing a decent job. Kyra Gulledge has had some good games the last few games. Florida State was a rough go for her, but it is for everybody. Brianna Stewart struggled at times against Florida State. So, but she played well at Jacksonville. Actually, she was the one person who played decent, and had a couple of games before that where she put it in the basket. But for me, our forwards, our posts, need to look to be more aggressive going to the rim and try to get to the free throw line. Kyra shoots 90% from the free throw line, but she didn't get there enough. Lexi, late in the game today, Lexi had the ball right underneath the basket. 2 people on her, but they had their hands straight over her body, and she tries to force a pass out of it instead of just going strong to the basket and going to the free throw line. So we're working on that. Hopefully it does, and as our perimeter players shoot the ball and play better, people will have to come out and guard us, and that's what we're looking for. And then, whether it's throwing it in there or driving it, we've got to score better in the paint, which we did tonight. We focused on, but we definitely have to score better in the paint.
But if you're, your guards are shooting off from the perimeter, I mean, they should open up the.
It should. I mean, that's the theory. When we went in the Florida State game, that was the game plan. Hey, we've got to shoot it. We got to shoot the three. We got to move the ball, try to get them spread out. And then if we make shots early, which we did, I mean, we were 16 of 40 from three-point line against them, shot 40% and hit a bunch. But we got them spread out, and then we tried to get it inside, and it didn't really work against their length and their size. So hopefully in our league we can get some of that happening, because it should happen. It should open up driving lanes, and it should open up post play.